Good evening, folks. Welcome back to the channel. I thought I'd drop a quick video tonight. Back onto the good old carbon tax, the gift that keeps on giving. So I've been watching a little bit of back and forth on this latest controversy with the Parliamentary Budget Office and the report that they had put out with carbon pricing. And so those who aren't aware of what's been going on, I wasn't, and this is a few days old, so maybe I'm a little bit late to the party, but I suspect a lot of us are. The Parliamentary Budget Office released a report stating that most Canadians would be slightly worse off due to carbon pricing. Contrary to what we have been told by Prime Minister Trudeau, who says that most Canadians will be better off with carbon pricing because of the rebates. The Parliamentary Budget Office appears to have released a conflicting report. But now some clarification on the report. The Parliamentary Budget Office has realized that when they did their assessment, they took into account the industrial carbon pricing as well as the consumer carbon pricing. And there's a difference between the two, which I also was not aware of until just really today. And that is that the industrial carbon pricing is based only on the top 20% of industry's carbon emissions. That the first 80% of their emissions are tax-free and they get hit on the top 20%. Whereas on the consumer side, we are taxed on the first liter of gas that we buy, the first cubic meter of natural gas that goes into our home heating. The consumer gets taxed on everything, but industry gets a free pass on the first 80%. So this again goes to, Prime Minister Trudeau and his party. And, they like to point out that the Conservatives are cozy with big business, but it really seems to me that the Liberal Party is the one who's being cozy with big business, giving them a break on their carbon taxation while they get it from the little guy, from the rest of us. So anybody who wasn't aware of that, again, the carbon tax that is charged to industry, they get 80% of their emissions are free. They get taxed on the top 20%. On the consumer side, we get taxed from the beginning and all the way through. So there has been a delineation between big business and the consumer here in Canada, and it definitely doesn't favor the middle class, the working class, the little guy here in Canada. And I think we all need to remember that come election season, who is standing up for the working class. Right now, you know what? I gotta say, it appears to be Pierre Poilievre and the Conservative Party of Canada. So we're waiting for this this amendment to their report to come out. They're being pretty hush-hush about it. But it would appear that their numbers are skewed because they included the industrial side, which included the 80% exemption. So we can expect that when they release their amended report, it will tilt further towards the carbon taxation regime is detrimental to the Canadian economy, to the Canadian taxpayer. Both of them are net negatives. Keep that in mind come election season, and we'll see you on the next one.